Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today. And I am coming at you because I wanted to do a talk video just to basically express where I'm at mentally and yeah, just to have you guys be a part of my life and my journey and yeah. So, as you guys have probably saw the last video when I told you in the past 8 days I've lost almost 5 pounds. And you guys know out of the 200 pounds in the last 2 years I lost after my gastric sleeve, I have gained back approximately like 40 or 42 pounds. Well, now we can minus the 5 off of that, thank God. So I'm on the loser's bench again. Um, I'm going to tell you, this video is basically to tell you where I went wrong, um, and what brought me to the decision to um, do better and to get right back on that horse and that bandwagon and to ride that thing. So, where I went wrong. Well, a lot of people don't know after the gastric sleeve, about a year out, you can eat what is considered to be almost a normal portion. Now, with that being said, I have to emphasize what an actual normal portion is. Because we, especially as Americans, we think that, a Big Mac, a large fry, um, a extra large Coke and an apple pie is a normal meal. When in all naturality, that is actually like two, maybe three servings. So when I say a normal size meal, I'm talking about what is actually a normal size, not what we believe is being normal size, but what is really, um, from a nutritionist, a normal portion. So, sometime after the gastric sleeve, and it's usually about a year or more out, you're able to consume almost a normal portion. Now, the problem with that is, or the problem that can happen is, oftentimes we find ways to get around the gastric sleeve or the weight loss surgery. I know that sounds sick, but you have to remember it is a sickness. It's a sickness of the mind. The mind is a very, 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 it's a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just extremely delicate, but yet it is the center of all things. It can direct you to go left, and it can direct you to go right. So, the sickness is where you begin to try to find. Now, this doesn't happen to everybody, but it does happen to some people more often than you think. It's just that a lot of people don't discuss it. Yes, honey. So, when you have food addictions or food issues, you're going to try or find a way to get your fix. It's just like a drug addict or someone who is addicted to alcohol. They could be dead broke, but they will find a way to still be able to get high all day. They could be dead broke. They can have eviction notices on their door, not have a dollar in their pocket, but they're going to find a way to get that alcohol. And unfortunately, food addictions or turning to food for comfort or overindulging in food, whatever you want to label it, a lot of people will find a way to do it. Now, in my case, what I did was, because I was only able to eat small portions, what I would do is eat whatever I wanted. I felt as though, and this is the messed up mindset, I felt as though since I was, you know, since I already couldn't eat, the amount I wanted, I figured, well, at least I can do is eat whatever it is I want. Yes, it may be a small amount, but I'm already dealing with only having to eat, only being able to eat a small amount. So I should be able to eat whatever I want when I do eat that small amount. That's what I told myself. Um, it was almost like I was at war with myself, um, or at war with my stomach. Um, and I felt like I was already being punished in a sense with only being able to eat X amount, you know. So I was like, well, that X amount will be a cheeseburger or a half of cheeseburger, because I couldn't eat a whole cheeseburger, of course. But that's where I went wrong. So I would eat breads. Of course, again, I can only eat small amounts of it, but I still ate it. Um, I would eat pasta, very small amounts, but I still ate it. And the other way I got around it was, and the messed up mindset I was telling you about, the other way I got around it was I would eat off and on all day. And in the weight loss community, especially the weight loss surgery community, they actually call that grazing. Just like a cow in its pasture. That's what it's called. So that's what I would do. I would graze off and on all day. Now, some days I wouldn't, but I would graze off and on all day. Again, the sleeve stops you from being able to eat a certain amount at one setting, but it does not stop you from being able to eat that small amount off and on all day. That's, I think, the misconception, and I think that many people don't talk too much about that. And I think that people that are not familiar or aware of the facts of gastric sleeve or weight loss surgery, I think they'll be surprised to hear that. Because I know a lot of people that are not, as knowledgeable about weight loss surgery. I hear them saying sometimes, how the heck did that person gain weight back? Because we've all heard the stories. We've all seen the stories of, people gaining all their weight back. And people like, I've even heard my own mother say this. They're like, how the heck did they gain all that weight back after weight loss surgery? Yeah. And I am not excluded from that, because even though I have not gained all 200 back, I most certainly did gain 40 of it back. The only difference between myself and that individual that gained all of it back is me putting my foot down and saying enough is enough. And I know we all say this when we're on a weight loss journey, and but I have learned, and I'm learning, to use my tool the way it's intended to, not trying to get around things, not trying to make detours or shortcuts, to just be cookie cutter, to the book, by the book, and just do what it says. The great thing about me having the sleeve versus someone that's just on a weight loss journey and they're doing it on their own, quote unquote, naturally, is that person, the other person, is going to have hunger pains and really strong urges, and I do have those things as well, but they're not as dominant in my life. They're not as intense. Example, if I feel hungry, it's not the same feeling of hunger that someone has when they haven't had weight loss surgery. I know that you're kind of not understanding what I'm saying, but I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, and actually put it into words and feelings so that you actually can get the full gist of it. I don't feel hungry as full as someone that has not had surgery. You have to understand that once you get to a certain weight, and you got to remember, I was almost 500 pounds. So once you get to that weight, you stretch your naturally about that size stomach. You stretch that from years of overeating, stuffing yourself, gorging yourself, not limiting yourself. You're constantly stretching that, and you have to understand a stomach is only, it's tissue. So tissue expands and it stretches, and it's just like a rubber band. If you stretch it with so much, then it's just going to be flimsy and just huge. Okay, so the difference between someone doing it naturally and someone like me who has had weight loss surgery of any kind is that our tool has shrink our stomach, or our belly itself, or our stomach itself. So therefore we don't have the capacity to be able to fill this huge pouch called a stomach. So yes, we'll have issues as far as, head hunger, sometimes even a little hunger you may physically feel. We'll have issues as far as what's driving us to eat, what is making us, try to get around the tool. Why are we compelled to do so? What has basically eaten us? What has made us arrive to the place that we're at, as far as our relationship with food, our poor relationship with food in most cases. So that's the difference, and that's why I needed the surgery, because me being left up to my own vice, or being left up to controlling my own self, including my stomach and my mind, that was extremely difficult for me. That was almost impossible for me. Now, I'm not talking about everyone, because everything isn't for everyone. But for me, that was extremely hard. Extremely hard. And I battled it all of my life. Almost 40 years I've battled this. I came out a whopping 9 pounds, 9.5 ounces. So all of my life I've dealt with weight issues. So to leave someone that even from day one has always had weight issues, as far back as I can remember, to leave that type of person up to her own decision making and being able to entrust me with myself, that was not going to be a good thing. It just wasn't. So as soon as I had the opportunity to be able to have something that will assist me, with me, I ran to it. And yes, that meant I took a chance and went to Mexico. Never had flew on a plane. Never had been out the country. Never had used a passport. And I took a chance and, paid for my surgery in Mexico, because I was in a desperate situation. And even after gaining 40 pounds back, I still think that was the best decision in my life. Sometimes I can't stand it. You want to know why? Honestly, sometimes I can't stand it because it's stopping me from being able to do what I want to do. But how many people out there know that sometimes we have to be told no, as if we're a child? Sometimes we have to be told, look, go down and sit down and think about something else, because you ain't getting another sandwich, or you're not getting nothing else to eat. Just like a child. But I needed that. I needed that because a lot of times in my life, my mom never even told me that, because I was always her cute little fat baby, and if I asked for it, I got it. I was the baby of my whole family, and that's the case even now, except for my own children. Besides them, I'm the baby of my whole family, and I'm still treated as the baby. My own husband nicknamed me what? Baby Baby when I first met him. And he still calls me Baby Baby. You guys know that. But sometimes we have to woman up, and we have to make decisions that's best for us, and we have to say enough is enough. So where I'm at right now today, I feel so strong right now. I feel so strong. I've been doing very well. I've been eating my protein. I've been getting it by any means necessary. Um, I have cut out all the breads, pasta, rice. I eat my protein first and then my vegetables. Um, I sip on protein, hot chocolate during the day to get extra protein in again. Protein, protein, protein. And a lot of people say you can get protein from vegetables. That is the case. That is true. But you have to understand. Do you understand how much protein from vegetables, how many vegetables you had to eat to get the amount that maybe a piece of chicken breast gets you? Again, we're dealing with what our stomach can hold. So I have to get protein in, and it's almost like a game. Everything that you're eating, you have to strategize, because I have to get the most protein in the smallest amount possible. And sure, I can get protein from greens and things like that, but I can't sit and eat a whole big old bowl of greens like maybe you can. So I would maybe get 2 ounces of chicken or turkey breast, and I'll get the same amount as if you eating 2 big bowls of greens. I can't put that amount in my stomach. So therefore, it's extremely hard to eat as much vegetables as maybe you would want, or what you would deem, or what you would say is the best for me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just an explanation for anyone that maybe needed it or asked for that information. But I just feel really strong, you guys. I've incorporating walking more. You guys know I shop all the time. So I do extra laps around the mall. I label it so I won't be thinking, that telling myself it's exercise. Sometimes I gotta trick my mind, because I'll be like, "Hell to the no," like Whitney Houston used to say. But so what I do is I trick my mind and say I'm window shopping. Yeah. So I'll go around the whole entire mall. In fact, I go around the mall so many times that sometimes Daddy just sits down, because you guys know that, his disability and everything like that. So he'll just sit down, and I'll just be like, "Baby, I'll come back and get you." You know. So yeah. So I just feel really strong. I'm incorporating more walking. One of the things I'm really, really pushing and doing, and I'm so proud of myself because I hate it, is I'm drinking water, and I'm drinking lots of it. So I am super excited about the great thing about when you fall off the wagon, you guys, is you once were where you want to be. So I don't have to have this vision in my head that, of what I want to look like, or what I want to do, or how I want my body to feel. I know how that feels already because I've done it. I know how I look in certain clothes because I've been there and done it. So that's the great thing. So you don't have to isn't this far-fetched reality that's in the back of your head that you have to really try to think about. No, I've been there and done it. So I know I can do it again. I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like. So I'm super excited because I know I am hitting right back there. And in fact, I'm going to surpass that. So, So I'm taking you guys with me, as I always do. Just continue to support me by thumbsing up. That just lets me know that you guys are embracing everything I'm doing, and you guys are standing with me through my ups and my downs. I'm going to have some down moments, but I'm going to always, as I always have, I'm going to share those down moments with you just as if I share my good moments. I think it's important. Yeah, so I hope this has filled you guys in. Check out my video right before this, because that is my affordable fitness haul. You won't believe the prices on the things that I got. I tell you where I got them at, where you can go get them at as well. And you're going to save big time by looking at that video. And you'll also see some of the things that I incorporate into, being at home and trying to get some fitness in any way I can. So, alright, you guys. So, I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for watching tonight. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for allowing me to share and finding value in that of which I do. I will talk to you guys later. Be blessed.